2 times 3 is 6.
Education multiplies their chances and places the world of opportunity in their hands. No matter where they are in the world, make sure they're prepared for their journey back to school with Western Union. School fees, books, room and board, whatever the reason. Knowledge, independence, opportunity. Western Union, moving money for better.
I'll be up and running one more time. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Yeah, my voice is still, I don't know, that part of it still seemed to be there, not moving anywhere. So, everybody good? Good morning, Shantae. Good morning, Debbie. Nobody wants your good morning. Good morning, Marianne. Good morning, Akeem. Good morning, Roseanne. Jackie still here? Okay, I give up. Good morning, Maureen. Good morning, Kissy. Good morning, Delroy. Good morning, BB. Good morning, everybody. Come on in. And I want you guys to share this live today. It's important. It's super important. Did I even share it as I'm giving you orders? No, I don't think I did. Okay, there we go. Yeah, come on in and share the live, guys. It's super important that you do. Morning, Rajesh. Morning, Joseph. Morning, Sean. Good morning, Esther. Morning, Petra. BB, good morning. Hey, I know Jacqueline's still on the rock. I say, Jacqueline, gonna put your business up the road already. Car wash man really doing thing, boy. Morning, Doobie. Morning, Deborah. Come on in, guys, and share up the live as quickly as you can, because I want you guys to hear me out and hear me well today. And not just hear me, but also participate. I'm sure you saw the heading about fathers, and for those of you who follow my page, I'm sure you'd have seen my post about this young lady requiring help. And let me just say this. I realize there's a lot of people who don't know time nor place. And it's like the happy finger, the trigger fingers, it usually things before your brain do. And it seems as though your fingers control your brain instead of the other way around. Not everything requires negativity. Not everything requires judgment. Not everything requires criticism. And if most of you aren't aware, one of the hardest things to do is to ask for help. That means you've reached bottom. That means you've hit the lowest of low, to reach out, to put pride aside, to reach out and ask people for help. Because these days, You're taking a chance when you ask anybody for help. You might be desperately in need of help, but the person you're asking, it's almost like a aha moment. It's like a yes moment. Yes, she's playing this, he's playing this, and look at him begging, look at him. So a lot of the times people want to ask for help, but because of the backlash and they can't deal with, oh, you shoulda, woulda, coulda, they refrain from doing it. And then it's the same set of you when the person decides, you know what, I can't deal with this. There's no other way out. I'm going to take my life. The same set of you fix your mouth to say, well, why didn't you reach out for help? Why didn't you ask? Why didn't you say something? It's like y'all and hypocrisy has the same thing in common every single day. On one hand, condemning and criticizing somebody for reaching out for help, and in the same breath, when the person chooses not to do it and look for another way out, the same set of you are saying, well, why didn't you ask? Why didn't you reach out? Nobody reaches out and hear what they already know. You already know, hey, maybe I need to take better care of myself, more responsibility for my actions, etc., etc. But when you have children and you're not able to clothe or feed them, pride sometimes is the last thing you think about. It's not like somebody's reaching out for help to buy a phone or to buy some weave or ticket to go to a fete. If somebody's saying, obviously the child's father is not present. So coming under a post and asking, where is the child's father? Who are you? The magistrate or the police? What are you going to do if you know who the person is or where they are? What are you going to do? It's like y'all just get carried away sometimes, and it's okay to see a post. You're not in a position to help. You're not even in a position to offer advice. It's okay to pass straight. Move on to the next post where you can drag somebody or you can shade somebody. Move on. Just move. Sometimes some of y'all, my gosh, it's like I'm starting to have like enough. Like this weekend, I literally sat and said to myself, you know what? I'm not gonna say what I'm saying to myself, but if you're in a good position, you have a good job, you have a child father who takes care of you, your children, count yourself blessed. Because there's a lot of women who are not in that position. And if somebody's, it's not like the person is just reaching out for handouts. They're reaching out for a job. They're willing to work to provide for themselves. It's not because, I mean, it's only so long handouts could sustain you. You need something more for the long term, for the long haul. Because when the handouts finish, you're back at square one. So if you don't know of a job, if you don't know of a place that is hiring, if you can't afford to help, offer some words of support. Hang in there. Say a prayer. Something. But imagine you putting your pride aside and reaching out to somebody for help. And as you reach under the post, you're seeing all these negative comments about you should do that and why you didn't do this and where is your child father and carnival just finished and like it's like this thing called empathy and this thirst and quest for relevance on social media has make it's gonna be the death of a lot of you. This thirst for relevance on social media. You're not in a position to help, just keep it pushing. There are people who are willing to help and you're blocking them. You're in their way because you're taking up their space. Every one of us need a little help sometimes. Even those of us who are working, sometimes you still need a little help. When did we become so selfish and so lacking empathy that we always have to keep judging people? Oh, you're wearing this or you're there and that. It's like, okay, you see trouble, so just see trouble and dead. You're not supposed to go anywhere. If you see, oh, you're asking for help and I see you there, and it's either you're helping genuinely or you're not. That is why a lot of people choose to suffer in silence. That is why a lot of people just decide, you know what? I'm going to sit here and suck mango and salt with my children and don't ask anybody for anything. Everybody needs a little help sometimes. But some of y'all are just so cold and lacking empathy. And it's not even a case of, you know what? Let me put the children first. Let me not even worry about, but just the children's sake. Children didn't ask to be born into these situations. Neither should they have to suffer for whatever mistakes or whatever whoever made. Just the other day, there was a video circulating with a gentleman pulling down a school bag from a storefront. And I said, some of you were like, why didn't he ask for it? Oh, it's because he wanted for his child, and excusing it. Why he ain't ask for help? Now, a young lady now looking for help to send her children to school. Where is the child? Like, y'all are confused, man. Y'all are confused. Y'all were dragging the Rasta man in the video over the weekend. Why he ain't ask for help? Oh, he thief it because he want to, is a baggy thief for his children to go to school. Now, the lady decided to ask. She ain't go in nobody's store and take their stuff. And y'all still have a problem. It's like some of y'all just talk for talking's sake. Y'all don't mean half of what you say. Let's just talk for talking's sake. Like social media grasshoppers, just jumping from post to post, and depending on what the post is, I'll say this, and then I'll jump on another post. It's like y'all believe that when you post, you're like Houdini. You're like whatever you say, nobody else sees it. It's like it just disappears, and you're the only one. You say one thing on this post, and then you go to another post and say another. A whole bag of contradictions. Rasta man should have asked for help. He shouldn't thief the people bag. The young lady now come in and ask for help. Where's she child father? Boy, Jesus. Good morning.
Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Right. Now, normally folks know when I come on here, we laugh, we have fun, we do old talk and things. But things like these hit me to the core. And I could identify with a lot of things like these. And I always tell people see me write up things on my social media page. And this is one of the quotes that I live by. I give not because I have, but because I know what it feels like to not have. That is one. I want to say good morning to all the folks who went to Calvary, who might be listening now or who might be listening later on. If you went to Calvary and you have symbols of nails in your hands and in your feet and spears on your side, I want to say good morning to you. People are suffering. We kill people every day with our words. We kill people every day with our words, and we are the fastest ones to jump on social media after and say rest in peace. Gone too soon. We miss you. Why you didn't come and ask for help? Oh gosh, we could have do this.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a lie. It is a nasty, dirty lie from the pit of hell for most of us. And I'm saying most of us because I wouldn't sit here and pretend that I'm not without fault. I'm saying most of us. I include all of us in that bracket, and I'm saying that we have to be able to do better. When we look at someone suffering, when we look at someone in pain, our first reflection must be the mirror. Had it been me, had it been my child, had it been my niece or my nephew, my mother, my father, some relative, what would I do? How would I feel? What would I see? And stop committing murder every day. Because that is what we do. We commit murder every day in politics, in religion, in social issues, even in sport. We commit murder every single day and jump up quick and rest in peace. We love you. Gone too soon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm saddened by us. Saddened by us. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much. Nothing to add or take out from that. You see it all the time. Say something, reach out, ask for help. When people reach out and ask for help, we use the opportunity to drag them without even understanding or knowing of their situation. And then we wonder why so many people suffer in silence in so many ways. Because we pretend to be empathetic, we pretend to care. And like my caller just said, after the fact, rest in peace. And you shoulda, woulda, coulda. But a lot of the times, the care is not genuine. It's either you do it because you want something in return, or you have a reason to talk about it after, or you're going to hold it over the person's head, or they're going to have to work their way on every single day to give some sort of thanks. And if they didn't tell you thanks enough, they're ungrateful. I don't know, man. Shavosky, today you're going to be blocked. And this is your first and second and only warning. Okay? Normally you'll get a pass. Today is not one of those days. Anything else you say that is not in keeping with what we're discussing, you will be blocked. Fathers, as small as it is better than absolutely nothing. It might be tough for you as well because you may not have a stable 8 to 4 or 9 to 5. But as little as you can, please, whatever issues you have with the mother of your child or children, do not let it be bigger than you taking care of your children and playing your part. She can't do it by herself. She cannot do it by herself. So any way you can help, any little amount you have, at least make some effort. Please make that effort. A little is better than absolutely nothing at all. And those of you talking about going to court, I mean, what she said, imagine 4 children and $75. What can $75 do, even if you waste your time and go to court? So yes, they have done that, done the court thingy. But isn't it based on how much you make or something like that? Or if they're not working at all? That is why I'm saying, don't wait on a court to tell you to pay $75. Make an effort. Whatever you can, whether it's daily, weekly, at least try. School reopens next week, and I'm sure she's not the only one. There's lots of other mothers, I'm sure, in the same predicament. Don't know how they're sending their children back to school. There's a lot of mothers struggling daily. They may not say anything. Who knows? But there's a lot of mothers who are desperately in need. And there's a lot we can do, but we prefer to talk about who's with who taking who ain't doing this, who doing that, who minister this, who minister that. I'm not sure if you all realize that when we truly come together, we can do more than all of these ministers combined. Because in the short space of time, I posted that of this young lady seeking help. I literally spent most of the morning passing her phone number to people who reached out. And it's not people who have, as my mother would say, pong and krong, or who have a whole lot of money or anything. They barely have themselves. But knowing that there are children involved and understanding that they didn't ask to be here. The little they have, they're prepared to share. The little they have, they're prepared to share. And the thing about it is, somebody's asking what am I talking about? I guess you have not been on my page. Okay, so basically, it's somebody looking for. Let me just read it and then I'll share. Please post anonymous. I am in dire need for help. I'm a single mother of 4 children. Last baby is 1 month old. I am looking for a job to support my children. Any job I get, I will do. An honest job. It's been a while. I wanted to call out for help, but people be bashing you so much these days for anything. I was scared. I know school reopens in a week and I haven't even gotten anything for them yet, and I'm so frustrated to a point I wanted to commit suicide. I have no one else to turn to as for family. They're never willing. So please, if anyone out there has a job, in need of a worker, anything, I am willing to do. Notice the emphasis was placed on a job and willing to do anything. Once it's an honest day's work, she's willing to do it. Yes, she made mention of not having anything for the children, but her emphasis was on finding a job to provide, not to sit and just, it wasn't, I need help for my children, the end. Twice, a matter of fact, 3 times, mention was made of having a job, of getting a job to take care of her children. So, anyway, anybody can help. Anybody has any job. She does not have a phone of her own, but I have a number that I can share of a neighbor who is willing to let her use the phone. I'm trying to see if I can get one for her as well. So if anybody would like to help in, because I can't see having children and not having a phone. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. Once you can make and receive a call on it or get a message on it, that's fine. It does not have to be anything expensive. So for those of you who are inquiring about the number, when you get the number you can't find, it's because she does not have a phone, but neighbor, she's using the neighbor's phone. Neighbor has consented to her using the phone. So if you don't get her immediately, please try. And anybody looking for the number, you can inbox me and I'll share it with you. So you can I'm gonna miss some of the messages here now, so please message me so I can forward her contact information. All right? I'll forward her contact information. I'll pass it on. I have the consent of the neighbor to pass out the number, to give the number. So anybody willing to assist, a 10-year-old, 7-year-old, 6-year-old, and the baby. All right, so getting back to my point again of fathers or men who claim to be fathers. Isn't it amazing when you see your child, you know you've done your best, and then seeing your child go to school and then hearing them having this amount of subject and that amount of subject and seeing them going on to become whatever career they choose, becoming amazing at it? Doesn't that give you a good feeling knowing that you had a part to play? But how do you feel knowing you did nothing for that child and to see that child become an amazing man or woman? Y'all don't feel any type of way? Like, you all don't feel a sense of guilt or not knowing you made no contribution whatsoever? I mean, irrespective of these situations, These women are super women, superheroes, literally, to fight that good fight for themselves. So when you see them saying, you know what, I am mother and father, sometimes you can't really be upset. Because for those of us who don't even have children like that, but you still live, you still eat, you still pay bills, you go to the supermarket, and you look at the cost of items, something you see for $1 yesterday, $5 tomorrow. Sometimes you buy stuff just for the week and it's 200-300 plus dollars. I can't begin to imagine how having 4 children and not having a stable source of income. How do you do it? Like, how do you take care of those children? Like she said, family barely helps these days. It's not like long ago, like when you didn't have anything to eat, you can go by your aunt or go by somebody else and they'll feed you. And you would not be reproached for it, or your mother will not be cursed out for it, because they understand when they don't have, they can come home too. They can come over and your mother will do the same thing. Everybody's just for himself or herself these days. Nobody, family or no family. It's like, I don't know when we got that way, but that's where we are now for the most part. Not everybody, because there are still some amazing people who would help. And then so many have reached out and said, I don't want to know the circumstances. That's not my business. Just let me know how I can help, how I can reach out, how can I find this person. These are the things we're supposed to be putting emphasis on. And she's not the only one, like I said. Sometimes I'm afraid to go into my own inbox. Like this weekend, I literally like shut it down, took off my phone. Because there's a lot of women looking for jobs or looking for help to send the children back to school. And like I saw someone post long ago, you want to go to different ministries and different places and seek help, but some of y'all more busts in those places as well. It's like there's no confidentiality. You can go nowhere, and when you leave, whatever you say stays or remains in that spot. Before you leave, somebody has a voice note, somebody has something, or whatever you came for, somebody else know about it in your community before you even reach back, before you even jump the bus to reach back where you're staying. People in your village know you already been a particular place and asking for help. Government can't do it all, but if we did little by little, you know of something, you know of a little job, a little babysitting work, a little caretaker work, something, cleaning work, because people, when they're desperate, they couldn't care less what it is, as long as it puts some money in their pocket at the end of the day. So as much as it is tempting for you perfect beings to point fingers, sometimes just refrain. Just say, let me sit this one out. Let me not say anything. Let me not let my fingers take control. Let me just leave this alone. I'm in no position to help. Let me just leave this alone. Because what you're saying to them is not what they don't already know. You think a mother don't know, hey, listen, I seriously messed up my life. I seriously should have accepted responsibility for who I chose to lay with and to have children with. But they're already here. What we can do now is to have more programs educating our younger ones to not get trapped or to protect themselves or to make better choices. But then the better choices still come with, you don't know until you know, because everybody puts up a good picture of themselves. Oh, I'm a good man, I'm a good woman, I'm a good this. And then when time comes, all man and their brother gone. So discernment. If you know you're not in a position to take care of a child yourself, wait until you are. Wait until you're solid, until you're secure. Make sure you smash all your goals first, your education, whatever else, your career. Because we can't no longer say child must mind. We don't live in that era anymore. Once upon a time, you could have said that because the entire village chimed in or pitched in to help. We don't do that no more. It's all man for himself. And what you would hear, oh, well, I mind mine for myself, so you're going to have to mind yours for yourself. So as much as you hear, I love you, baby, I love you, listen, love is love until it gets real. Until you hear, baby, I'm pregnant, then you start seeing all different signs. And then they move on to somebody else with no responsibility and no child. So as much as baby, I love you sounds good, a child crying in your ear and you not having any way of taking care of that child, trust me, it's not worth it. So enjoy all the baby I loves you, I love yous, I love you, I love you, but protect yourselves. I've been saying this from God knows how long. Because most out of the 99, 100 times, 99 out of that 100, you are the ones left with having to take care of that child. A man is able to jump a plane, move on, and move on to another life and act like he doesn't have a care or responsibility in the world, while you are the one stuck. So parents, guardians, you might sound like a broken record, but please don't stop talking. Please don't stop talking. Use my programs for reference. Go on my page and use it for reference. And not just talking to your daughters, but talk to your sons as well. You're not ready to take care of a child, stop having unprotected sex. That's one of the things that happens. Stop having unprotected sex. And if it do happen, you have to man up at some point and accept your responsibility and take care of your child or children. Why y'all just have children and just leave it for the mother to figure out and leave it for the mother to take care of, and you just turn your back and you move on and next woman and you shot her and you're having a time and drinking Casamigos and living it up and you don't know if your child drinking milk. Some of y'all go to bed not even knowing if your child ate today. You're drinking Henny white and gold and blue and having the time of your life and you couldn't care less if your child and don't even know if your child ate. You'd rather spend your last money on a blunt than say, hey mama, oh, listen, I only have a 5 and a whole lot. Now y'all go to bed at nights and don't even know how your children are faring. If they ate anything for the day or night or whatever the case might be. How y'all do it? How do you know you have a child out there and you don't know if your child ate because you made no contribution? And you know that the mother is not working anywhere. I applaud the fathers who really, really go above and beyond. I really applaud you guys. And it's just amazing to see you with your children, out with your children, spending time with them. I really applaud you. But please, if you have a brethren or a friend or a brother, you know is slacking in that department and you see him out drinking Henny and having a good time, please remind him that he has a child or children. Don't drink out all. Pull up your brother as well. Pull up your friend. But to just sit back and it's not even me. And it's just these stories are just so sometimes the little you have, you'll be like, oh, man, I gotta do something with this. And you look at it and then you look at the post. I'm like, okay, how do you juggle this? How y'all just move on and start a whole new life and forget about your children or your child you had with somebody else? You don't have to like the baby mother. Y'all don't have to be ring and finger and buddy buddy for you to take care of your children. If you don't want to have no dealings with her, create some system. Either a family member through a family member of yours or a family member of hers, or through the court, or whatever the case might be. You don't have to deal with her. Or if the children are old enough to speak for themselves, you speak to them and find out what are their needs and or their wants. But I could never get that you know you have children and you don't care how they survive or if how they're surviving. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how y'all do it, I swear. Anyways, like I said, post is on my page. It's open, it's public. You don't need to send me a friend request. It's right there. If you're desirous of helping, you can reach out. I can give you the number. And you can link with her and she'll advise you as to what their needs are. But like I said, her greatest wish is a job. I'm not too sure of her qualifications, but she will. Because I try not to get up in people's business when they reach out to me like that. I don't. I post it. If I can help, I help. I reach out to people I know and let them reach out to them personally, and they take it from there. So if anybody would like to, then good morning. Then that would be greatly appreciated. All right. Hold on, let me hear what this next thing. I put you live and you say something. Good thing I did. You're trying to get out of here. Morning, Gail. You still here? Thought you were on the first flight out. Anyways, yeah. So before I go, I just again want to tell just again want to remind you if you want to assist a young lady getting her children back to school and with a job, then you can reach out to me. I'll forward her contact information, and she'll advise you as to what you can do, how you can help. All right. A lot of the times I want to do that, but people aren't because I did. You have to understand the society that we live in, right? As much as you would want to, only if I do it and I keep them off camera. Because, sometimes I say to them, it's better if you come tell your story yourself, let people know it's as real and raw and authentic as it is, you know. But they're fearful, and sometimes I'm like, what are you afraid of? Oh, the backlash. You want people to laugh at them, and I'm like, people actually laugh at somebody reaching out for help, and the person she said yes. Had people laughing, and I'm like, wow. So yes, I've tried that, and it's something I would really want to do to like let women be as open and real. So maybe other young women who look at babies and see it as something child don't hold man no more. So if anybody have that in their mind, get it out. children, if that's your intention, to stay with a man or to keep a man around you. These days, if you want them to run fast, just say I'm pregnant. Some of them. So don't think for a minute the child is ever going to keep somebody who don't want to be kept. You're just doing yourself a disservice. So maybe that's the next route we have to take. Let them be as raw and real and open so you would see it's not a bed of roses. It's a point where it's no longer about you. You don't even know what you feel like or what it feels like to just have your time and be free and enjoy life. Imagine having 4 children, baby a month old. You know how stressful that is? Every minute, mommy, 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 mommy in your head. 1, 2, you don't know where you go, where to turn to give them something to eat or to take send them back to school. So imagine how stressed a person is under those conditions, having to take care of 3 or 4 children. And if you're not careful, it spills over, and that's when you start abusing your children out of frustration and anger. It spills over to them. So it's not as easy as it looks. It's not. So that is why sometimes we have to be careful when we get into that judgmental mode and start judging and having, oh, shoulda, coulda, and woulda. You never know what a person is going through. Sometimes you just have to be a little kind. It takes nothing from us to be a little kind. Absolutely nothing. Because we don't know what people are going through on a daily. Oh boy. So this will make you so mad. A man will hold down a woman, get her pregnant, and still turn around and want to kill her for wanting him to better her life. True story. Boy. Let me take this last one and go. Good morning.
Brother man,
Good morning.
the cold have me going, brother. Oh gosh, have me going.
All of us, trust me.
Yes, that whole, I don't know where that old delinquent devil come from. He just have to have us going.
Still have me going too, man.
Yes, but I trying to go. I trying to keep up with the topic, but it's so hot. The love of me for another day because the time running out. I just want to say morning, that is all.
Okay, morning.
But I just hope the young lady gets some help that she really need, and nobody try to take advantage of her. You understand me?
Thanks, man.
Not because she's vulnerable, no, and she looking for help. Some man go say, well, I'll get money and then they go on to go and interfere. No. You're helping generously.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I support in that. But also know we're the cool I'm going. So we go talk.
We go
right?
talk. All right.
Enjoy yourself.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Boy, that call is from the devil, I swear. I'm sitting here, my head is literally spinning. It makes you weak. And your appetite. Last time I ate like solid food was like, I can't remember, like soup and smoothie. And I'm literally on smoothie for the whole week. Because that's all it makes you feel for. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for those who called. I'm seeing my messages going off like crazy, so I'll respond to you when off air. So just give me a couple minutes. I'll get to you. I'm sure it's about the young lady and how you can help. So I'll get to you shortly, all right? But all for now, just give me a couple minutes. Let me just finish up my program. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much, Western Union, for powering up our show. And for everyone who came on and listened, thank you so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.